It's now time for our weekly health and wellness segment, and this week we get to talk about cooking for others and your family and how you can do that while still keeping your healthy habits. Joining us today to talk about that is Gayle Taub, nutrition coach and personal trainer here in the greater West Bloomfield community. Gayle, thank you so much for joining us again this morning.
Good morning, Maddie. Good to be here.
Gayle, I want to first start talking about cooking for others and your family, which is something that someone trying to create healthy habits, they may feel that the first step to feeling good is doing this. It can be difficult to know how to start while also creating those good habits. How do you suggest starting off creating those healthy habits while cooking for others?
Okay, so, everybody, you hear me say this a lot. Everybody's very different, and some people like to be in the kitchen, some people don't. Some people want to, but they don't know how to get started. The bottom line is when you are trying to create or maintain healthy habits for yourself, but you are also responsible for other people, whether they be children or family members, whoever it might be. The first thing to do is remember to think about the idea that both are possible. You don't have to sacrifice your own health and well-being, the decisions that are good for you, the way that you like to eat and that works for you in order to serve others. But it can be tricky. So, the first thing is to want to take care of yourself and then also others. The next step might be figuring out how it might work best for you. If you're somebody who's in the kitchen and you enjoy being in the kitchen but don't necessarily have the time, or you feel like you're that short order cook and making things for everyone, it might be worth just stopping and thinking about the next meal or the next two meals and how you might want to approach getting that taken care of for everyone involved. And keeping it simple, maybe everybody likes the same type of protein, it's chicken tonight, and maybe there's different kinds of accompaniments or differences in the way you make it, but you can involve the other people in that decision making as well.
Gayle, for the clients that you have, what do you talk to them about as some of the main concerns when they are either cooking for others or are also going to eat out?
So, sometimes we feel, and I hear this a lot, like you're at the mercy of the situation or other people. We're going to a restaurant. I can't maintain my healthy habits where somebody else is cooking for me. And I'm not able to just tell them what to do or have my own food available. So having a conversation or doing some pre-work is oftentimes the best way to overcome this idea that you don't have any control, because you do. If you're going to a restaurant, you might want to look at the menu first and see what makes sense for you before you get stuck in the restaurant, in the mode, in the zone with everyone around and feeling forced to eat what's in front of you. So do a little pre-work there. And if you are being served by others, let's say a social event, or there's others in your household that are making food for you, talk to them. Talk to them, ask them questions about what it is they have on their mind, what will be on the menu, and see how you might need or want to manipulate that or manage it so that you're not surprised when you get there.
Gayle, for a parent or guardian too that are feeding young children or some picky eaters, how do you give them advice into how to cook or feed their family healthy foods while also making sure that they're taking into account those younger children or picky eaters?
Yeah. Preferences. Everyone has them, children, adults, everyone, and it changes over time. The biggest successes that I've seen is when you involve the other person, regardless of how small they are. Have them choose what they want or give them choices. So these are the three things that I'm going to make, and how would you like to be involved in eating or making it. Sometimes getting somebody involved in making their own food if they want a different side dish, depending on the age of the child, of course. They can get involved and help create the meal that is good for them, while maybe you help create part of the meal that is good for them. But asking questions, giving examples, giving choices, getting that person to be part of the solution is oftentimes a very, very good way for you to have a non-adversarial, healthy result for everyone involved.
And Gayle, we talk a lot about how everyone is different in their health journey, but for you personally, do you have any good, healthy, easy meals to make, or any type of cuisine that you would suggest if someone is looking to take those first steps into kind of experimenting in the kitchen, getting those healthy recipes?
Yeah. Oh boy, yes. I've been known to, my kitchen is described for me personally as full of ingredients, not necessarily foods to eat. I'm a fan and I enjoy cooking and creating my own food. It helps me stay in control, and it's something that I enjoy. First of all, if you ever want to check out, there's some recipes and some good photographs and some ideas, visual ideas on my website, where I share some of those healthier kind of choices that you can take and then manipulate however you like. You can go to coachgayle.com for that. It's spelled Gayle. But other than that, maybe taking this idea of take a fresh ingredient that you really enjoy, that you like, that you frequently eat or you want to start eating again. Think of it the produce or the protein part of that meal. And then perhaps the favorite recipe that goes with it. And then see if you can take one or two of those ingredients that you know are not the best, and either scale back on them to change the recipe a little, or maybe replace those ingredients a little bit with something a little bit higher quality. But I take I'll give you one quick example for my vegetables. Vegetables are a big deal in my home. And I get tired of leafy greens. That's not what I like. So what I do is I get every vegetable that I see in the grocery store in season that I enjoy. Peppers, cucumbers, sometimes tomatoes, there's radishes, there's carrots, and all kinds of different vegetables. I cut them up. I take the time. It's not so bad. I cut them up. I make a very large portion of beautiful, colorful, favorite vegetables, and I use that as my salad base instead of using lettuce. It's a good change up for me. I add a very, very light oil vinaigrette to it and any toppings that I want. The hard part's done. I take a handful or two. I've got the base, and then I add chicken or eggs or nuts or goat cheese sometimes, little crumbles. But I can control and manipulate that and to my taste, to my wants that day. And also I know I'm getting good, healthy variety in my food. So for what that one's worth, that one's one of my favorites. It's on my website too.
Gayle, as we wrap up here, will you share one more time your website and then how someone can contact you if they want to get involved with your nutrition coaching as well as your personal training?
Sure. The website is Coach Gayle. I'm going to spell my name one more time. It's GAYLE.com. CoachGayle.com is the website. You can also call me, text me, message me at 248-885-1400. And it's really just a conversation. So if you're ready to take that step, just to have a chat, to meet each other, to share each other's stories, and see if what I have to offer makes sense for you, or perhaps I can lead you in a good direction to take a next step in your world, it's worth it. Give me a call.
Gayle, thank you so much for joining us again today. It's always a pleasure to have you join us.
Thanks, Maddie. Have a great day.
Thank you.